All right. So tonight, I was thinking about doing Wednesdale. Also, you'll notice that I need to be quiet because my wife is sleeping. So bear with me. We've got a small apartment, but I'm thinking about making Wednesdale, which is a little village just south of our major kingdom city here in Agadel. Um, and I'm kind of wanting to make it sort of a like a little farming hamlet. Um, I'm not sure where I want to go with this. I think I'm just gonna start making it and see where it goes. That being said, we're gonna need some grass. Hmm. Excuse me. I don't think I've used the. Nah, it's more marshy than I want it to be. Let's go with. Let's go with this. Hmm. I don't know how I feel about this either. Doesn't really have the wide open plains look that I was wanting, but I might be able to make that work. It does have a nice break in the textures. Mm, I don't. I like that it's all. You know, it kind of naturally mixes it up, as opposed to just being like, here's a green color. Um, but I don't know. I think I'm gonna throw this down because I can blend it myself. I just want something that would look better as an open plains. I feel like that looks more jungly in nature. Looks thicker, thick. I can't say that word without thinking of two C's on the end of it. So let's get all of that, and let's reference our map. So to the northeast, we've got a mountain range, which is going to be the edge of our settlement. I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and we'll edge that out real quick. Oh, we've got mountain selected already. That's perfect. So we want these to be small, and we want them to basically look at an odd shape there. Let's see if we can make it look a little more natural. Our buildings are going to be pretty big, so we want these mountains to be bigger. So let's see, we got an L shape. What we'll do is we'll do this. We'll bring it on down, and then we'll play with it later. Right now, we just want to get the line. We can come back later and make that look pretty. Actually, let's go ahead and grab these and let's migrate them on over. And then grab these and you and you. Looks a little better. Let's see. So this here is, if I can click it, kind of right here. Doesn't have the same arc to it. Let's grab some of these. I hate the way this way incarnate grabs, I guess we'll say. I don't know how to describe that. When I click on the thing, it does a thing, and I don't like the way it does the thing. Let's try doing this. I just want to make it look more like a proper L shape, because it's kind of what it is on the map there, and I like to keep that consistency. noise here. Put 2. I want to grab 1. There we go. And we'll place a couple more. Kinda. There. Looks a little better. And we'll come back later and we'll touch it up and make it look a little bit better. With that in mind, we've got a curved road coming in and out. Probably not going to be able to one-to-one create that in a way that I like, so what we'll do is we'll create a, for now, we're going to create a south road, and we're going to have it kind of come in and swing out, so, I'm not going to worry too much about the specifics. We'll come in and we'll repaint the road later. We'll just focus on, right, we just need it coming in along the mountain range and then up. So, and then, like I said, we'll come through later and we'll repaint that and make it look really nice and smooth and clean. But for now, let's see. We're gonna want a few trees. Grab ourselves some trees. What season? What pines? Alright. Kind of dot our landscape here. With just a few trees. Wouldn't be too many around what's going to be the center of our town because they would have been chopped for lumber, I would imagine. And then we've got, let's just get ourselves a couple of village-like buildings down. Music is playing. Oh, okay. Let's see what we're working with here. Bonus points if you know what song's playing right now. Put that down for later. Need to adjust the scale on these suckers. There we go. How many windmills do we have? 2. Oh, there you are. So we know we've got 2 windmills. We'll plop those down. And the rest is just scattered village and buildings. I think we're going to back that off a little bit. Let's do that. Come back through here with some gorse. There we go. Surprise, surprise, no one's watching the stream at 3:40 in the morning. And I don't think I should be streaming at 3:40 in the morning. What was I thinking? Alright. I think I could probably use this tool for buildings, right? Not exactly. These are the ones that I want. Eastern houses, not really. I guess there's town. Let's just dot the map. And we can figure out the details. What about town 1? What do you look like? Ooh. Question is, which do I prefer? Oh man, I think I prefer these. It's a tough one. Yeah, I think we're gonna go with the brown ones. All right. Nope, don't mess my trees up now. All right. There we go. Excuse me. All right, so let's get some orientation here. We know we're gonna have a windmill more or less here. this isn't exactly going to be a 1-to-1 ratio, and I can already tell, but we're going to try to keep it pretty close. I think my players will understand if it's not absolutely perfect. Let's get ourselves some flavor buildings down now, something to kind of add some points of interest, something to grab the players' eyes, really draw them in. I'm going to plop this down just to see if I can manipulate it a little bit as like an obvious town square. Does it blend in with everything else pretty well? It does. Alright, so we'll have a sort of obvious town square down here. And then actually, let's grab these and let's scale them up. What we got? Yep, that looks right. Okay. And let's start doling them out. Are we doing farms out here? It's tough to say. Didn't quite look like farms, and I don't know if that's the direction we really want to go. Maybe we, Winsdale. If this port is a port, that is its resources, that it is a port, what does Winsdale do? Are they a farm? Does this place primarily import its food? I kind of wanted a big farm area, but the more and more I think about it, being in the mountains like this, maybe there's miners here. I'm a little torn on that. That's the issue. I don't want to create just, oh, here's a place and there's a bunch of farms. But I don't know. We as players, we can kind of understand that, okay, like there's farms out there in the wild blue yonder. But these are places that players are going to visit, and I kind of wanted to do more than just farms. Maybe like a mining town, and they, as the players pass through this area, there's all kinds of miners and metal working being done that's shipped off to the capital here, which is then routed to Fort Cragsland for the war effort out east. That's a tough one. That's a real tough one. I think maybe they mine these mountains, and that's what they do. They're miners. Let's go forward with that, and let's start giving this place a little bit of shape. So these are pretty obvious taverns. Taverns would be located off the main road, more or less. We'll make these windmills bigger in a minute. I just want the one. I just want the one thing. There we go. Put another one up here. I wonder if I get like too lackadaisical about it, kind of talk about putting some buildings over here and some structures over there and what have you. I wonder if I'll get flagged for like poorly impersonating Bob Ross. I always worry about that. I know I don't have a soothing, relaxing voice, but I know I tend to talk like I'm trying to Ross it up here. And I'm genuinely not. It's just, I don't know. I get lost in thought when I'm doing this, and I guess the way I talk. I think I'm doing it right now, actually. Make that look like a bigger building. Alright. This is actually getting on my nerves. I gotta move this. It's a little farm here. space here where a road will run through. Make this look like two buildings, or make it look like one building rather. And that definitely doesn't look like it goes together, so we're not even gonna try. We can take you and this. Come on. There we go. This tavern here, and no, it looks awful. And this too. Wow, this is terrible. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna put you off to the side for now. Does that? What about if I move this? That looks a little bit more natural. Maybe if I make you a skosh bit bigger and pull you to the front. Ooh, no, God, that's awful. Okay, all right, pull you to the front, and then just kind of tack it on the side there. Doesn't look awful. We'll play a little bit more with it in a little bit, but for now, we'll just kind of leave it alone. I need to grab these windmills and make them more bigger. Let's just kind of make them 100%. Alright, there you go. It looks not terrible. There's no rhyme or reason here. We need something in these mountains. Do I have caves? I do. Let's not make it massive, first of all. And scale that down by 11. And let's sort of... Actually, you know what? Let's make them look different. Let's grab the various cave entrances. Alright. It looks awful, but we'll place it down and then we'll modify it. You know, no need to get ahead of ourselves here. Alright. Get behind the mountain there. There we go. These are meant to be people who regularly go into these. Yeah, it looks like the entire mountainside's been carved out. It definitely doesn't blend awfully well there, in a way where it makes sense, but also looks right. See, none of those look right. They're scale-wise, they're enormous. Ugh. Oh God, it's ugly. And now I can't stop looking at it. Okay, maybe if I just leave it like that and I don't stare at it too much, maybe it'll be okay. All right, I think that we're gonna have to we're gonna have to reassess our tree scale here, which is just gonna make the mountains look even. I think that's the problem. Let me get in here and excuse me, tree. I need you to vamos. Come on, get just a tree. All right, whatever. You know what? There we go. And then we'll tree. Okay, now get back where you were. Places, everyone. All right, now let's scale these suckers up. Alright. Yeah, now they're big mountains. Yes, fears. Fear the big mountain. Oh, well, there goes my caves. Quickly disappearing into the depths. But now we can scale our trees up. Look a little bit bigger. No. Actually, that one can... Yeah, those can stay. Those could be little. I realized that I was talking to the bottom of my mic for a long time there. I was so zoomed in and focused on my scaling. And I kind of look up and my mic's above my head. Alright. There we go. starting to get a little bit of shape here. I think the depth looks a little better now that the mountains are proportionately sized here. But the entrance to this cave, we'll put her there. It doesn't look too awfully unnatural. I mean, you gotta also understand, like, people are playing a video game at the end of the day. I mean, not really a video game, but for what we're doing with it, it's a video game. But they understand they're playing a game, so they're gonna look at that. Okay, cave entrance is cool. And if they want to go fuck around in there, then I've got some cave encounters made up. Be entirely up to them. I mean, what do I want to do with this? I'll just put you off to the side for now. Okay, so now I figure out what to do with the village layout. I mean, I want it to make sense. That's a big one for me. Homes and such. Let's do some more homes. Let's get our scale right here. Is that about? That's pretty close. Did we just do like a flat 100? Is that what we did? We did. Okay. Okay. Let me just get some buildings here. All right. I don't need any more of these. These catch the eye. Okay. Is it just random? Because this is the first one of these I had. But all right. I don't want it to be terribly symmetrical. I just can't. I'm angling these things. There we go. You know what? Let's. I want more of those. Give me more of those. Ask and you shall not receive. There we go. This is going to be the ugliest town until I get it refined, I guess. That's what I tell myself. Okay. Alright. We'll get it there. We'll bring it around. But at first, oh boy, it's gonna be something. This is the ugliest. Like, this doesn't fit anything. Just get out of here. Alright. This another one's gonna have to go. Pew. Alright, and I got too many of those. Pew. This makes it look like a repeating texture. Pew. That doesn't fit there. Ugh. Making this so difficult on me. Okay. The angle of this road is killing me. Absolutely killing me. You know, for all of the incarnate being as very useful as it is, and it's extremely useful, it also has its limitations for sure. Let's just bring this a little further in then. And we'll add some depth there, a little layering basically. Looks a little neater. Let's bring that in. And let's bump these in maybe? No, definitely not in. What if I can do this instead? And kind of put something in the middle of town here. What do we have? That's not the right one. What do we have that we might be able to just plop down? Is there anything remarkable? No. Okay. Alright, then let's go through here and see if we have anything decorative we could use. Let's see. Just put a dragon in the middle of the village. Or town, I suppose, in this case. The problem is that none of these maps are going to actually emulate anything larger than a village at best. Really, it's more like a hamlet, because a village would still have about 500 people. You think 500 people are going to be here? Nope. But, again, players are able to we can take that and understand it for what it is. Oh, excuse me. My yawn. Someone's trying to tell me it's time to go to bed. I'm going to kill that something. To force it away. I don't like using wells for no reason. Man, I really have nothing. I wonder if we could make a market. Wouldn't, I mean, I guess it would. It'd be a thing people would pass through. Let's just get some market building now and kind of go from there. Let's see. Get everybody up. Get just get. Okay, so no, because those are adjust the scale on them now. They're way too big to be market stalls. They're the size of houses. Let's just bring a couple of them in here. I'm really not so sure about this one. I think I'm spending the entire time being unsure of it. But, you know, we can't help it. Doesn't look right, it doesn't look right. Let's try getting some texturing in here. So let's get in here and let's road it up a little more. Looks like that runs into a mountain, which it certainly does not. Let's just undo that. And go again. There we go. Okay. And let's bring the opacity down. Let's see kind of what we want to do with our town here. Let's bring the opacity up. We definitely want it to seem like a well-traveled town here. We got that. Raise the opacity. And start moving between buildings here. People are walking around, they're doing stuff, living their daily lives. Okay. A little bit down here. A little more traveled. go get our grass. Also, welcome to the stream. I should be asleep and I'm not. Alright, now let's start layering this. Very Bob Ross vibe. Oh, Preacher and Karina. Hey guys. Yeah, I was actually just talking about the Bob Ross thing earlier. It's definitely not intentional, but you know, I don't know. I get to doing and I forget how to talk. So I'm currently working on a town map for a D&D campaign I'm doing, which I'll pop over there and show you. This is the region map that I made recently. And so this is kind of where the players explore and go through things. And last stream, I believe we made Port Lions, which is this one. So this was the port that we made. And so now, having made that, you can see on the region map here, Port Lions, right? So now we're making Winsdale. And the problem is that I'm pretty limited, we'll say, on the scope of some of these tools I'm working with. So I'm just kind of getting in here and trying to make the best of it and make this look like a well-traveled little mining town. We'll see how that goes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to increase the hardness of this, and I'm going to try to create some pathways here, some foot traffic, like, you know, obvious travelers traffic. Because I want to draw the players' eyes to those areas. You're making me want to dust my emo elf druid off. Hey man, I love D&D. I'm a character I'm playing right now in one of the campaigns. I'm the forever DM, and I never really get to actually play. But a buddy of mine's hosting a campaign from the accidents. It's not a bad idea. But matter of fact, we're gonna do that. We'll put it off on the edge of town though. But I'm getting to play a character right now named Adrian Cross, and it's a necromancer, and he's a neutral evil tiefling necromancer who whenever he dies, he basically restarts in a different world, back at square one. And so the idea is this campaign is like his 14th restart, and he's getting pretty fed up with it. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, so I think I've blended that a little better. So now let's get rid of some of these hard edges along the road here. I want to make the map seem as natural and as smooth as possible wherever possible, and I think it's difficult using some of the tools that are provided here. You want to kind of try to remove hard edges where you can, but you still want it to look like a path, which can be tough. I think I'm getting this blended. Like later on, we'll make another pass through here, and we'll start like moving buildings around and making it look a little bit better. For now, I think I'm going to get in here. I'm going to grab my dirt and make a big transparent pass, or semi-transparent pass, to try and darken it down a little bit more. There we go. That should do it. And alright, you know what, let's go ahead and, before we forget, let's go ahead and get that church down, which we use for Incarnate. There's a lot of pre-made stuff. When I make my own maps, when I say my own maps, when I make Roll 20 maps. Usually what I'll do is I'll come in here and I'll look either something simple like refuge. So it'll be this, which this is just meant to be where the players, kind of come through and, whatever. This is where they can come in and just interact with one another in and amongst themselves. But then I'll have other things that are a bit more in depth, such as we'll go to the ruins of Alfgar. This is where the players fought a demigod, 20-foot tall zombie god, basically. And so these are kind of like your battle maps. So I wouldn't make these in Incarnate. I make these piece by piece in Roll20. So it just depends, on what we're trying to accomplish. I had a homebrewed character, was a half-elf, chaotic, good demon hunter. I love the demon hunters. He was a joy. He had a change dragon. Not sure if you ever had one of them in your party. I haven't. I've had a demon hunter in one of my I'm running 2 campaigns right now. One's free, one is paid. And my paid group is interesting. They're very veteran players. My free group, they're just my friends, just close friends of mine. And I say that like it's a negative thing, but it's more of they're just a little more casual. Whereas the people who are paying me to do it, it's just a small amount, but they're very hardcore players, and they made me nervous because I want to live up to their expectations. Whereas with my friends, we're just relaxing and playing. And my friend group, they have the demon hunter. It's this guy. Oh, not this guy. It's this guy. He's a demon hunter, and he did a really good job fleshing his character out. So all that's there's a couple videos we've done on it, and I'll be uploading more as we go. But we had a pretty fun time with it. We've enjoyed everything so far. Sometimes with some of these maps, I'll combine these Incarnate maps, which this is Ravinewood, which is on one of the other region maps. And as the players enter the area, if they were to go to the inn, if they were to go to the inn here, which I've drawn attention to by adding light to it, then they'll be brought down here to this little map, which is obviously a tavern. And if they were to go up to our church here in Graveyard, we have our church and graveyard, which they can explore and have a look around. So put a fair amount of work into these things, and for no other reason than the fact that I just enjoy doing it. I don't know why. I could be doing a million other things, but I just plenty of DMs will just kind of throw some grids down and say, this is an area, use your fucking imagination. But I think maybe I'm just really bad at scene setting with my words. So I try to do it with an image of some kind. Oh, here we go, graveyard. Now let's just get a couple of graveyard icons laid out, and then we'll take it from there. Now I thought I had a church icon, or well, I mean, I know I do, but where was it? Because I'm not seeing it. I'm sure I'm just overlooking it though. Let's see here. Graveyard and mausoleum. Does that mean there's... Okay. Graveyard, mausoleum, so it's just... Okay. I want literal graves. Don't tell me I'm overlooking it. I know I have them. But where? Tombs. Alright, we'll just pop a couple of them down, then we'll work with them in a second. And I think that'll be that. We'll move over here. Make these things not freaking gigantic. I think we'll use one of these. Not that one. Maybe that one. Not that one. Not that one. Can we make this look like a... Yeah, we can. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll first of all make this one about a skosh smaller. And does that look right, I wonder? If I could bring that in there. I want it to look like it's multi-tiered here without making it look like hammered shit. See, that looks like a natural curve, but then when you throw this sucker on, it just looks weird. Maybe we take it out here. Yeah, I think what we'll do is we'll bring it out here. I hate that these are on two different friggin' layers and I can't do anything about it. We'll do that on the side of the road. We'll grab this. We'll maybe separate the two. Make this smaller. Because right now it's friggin' massive. Set it there. About our grapes, what layer? Of course they're on that layer. Make these much more littler. Alright. And then we'll put them out back here. And there we go. And then we can fence them off. I know I saw some fences in here. There you are. Oh, Jesus. It is big. I love this song so much. This is the song from Twilight Princess that plays, well, it plays multiple times, but it plays when Midna gets hurt and you're running her to Princess Zelda. And no, I am not ashamed for knowing that by heart. I love this song so much. Yeah. Oh, man. Alright. Now we gotta get the dirt. We gotta bust the dirt back out, so let's come in here. We'll bring the size down, opacity up, and we'll just quickly add it to the environment. Alright, naturally. Kind of worm it in there. And then we'll add a bit more to it, as people would obviously walk here. And this would be well trodden back here for sure. Alright. And then we'll add just a little bit more here and here. There we go. Looks a little bit more natural. I need to harden that up right around here, around the base, because obviously it's gonna be a heavy building. See, the problem I have with these maps is in my head, I'm like, ah man, I want there to be grass, but then I'm like, realistically, these people aren't laying down sod and grass seed, they're just walking. You know, it's just dirt around the places where they walk. So I don't want to go in there and really make it very grassy, You know, I want it to be more natural, even though it may not be super realistic, or it may not be super visceral in some cases. Alright, so we got the basic layout. Let's go around with some grass, and let's soften up all these edges. So let's grab that, and let's just soften up these edges. There we go. It always makes me nervous because I feel like I'm going to screw something up as I'm doing it. There we go. Alright, blends that in nicely. I don't know, something doesn't feel right about it. It's like it's missing something. I don't want to put trees in the middle of this place, but it doesn't feel like there's any kind of roads, you know what I mean? Like, this is meant to be a proper town, so I'm not saying they would have gold paved roads here, but come on, they'd have more than this. So I'm thinking I'm gonna take a second look at our roads that we're doing here. So let's take a moment, let's bring the opacity up on this. Let's make a road coming through here. And out the south. Alright. We're already starting to look a little better. Now, just for shits and giggles here, let's make a road through town. Oh, I'm nervous. Because it might look terrible when we're done. And I guess we can always come back through with dirt, but I don't want to. Ooh. I think I like that. Do we run one through the middle here? Let's do it, and let's just see what it looks like, and then if we don't like it, we'll just undo it. Gives it more shape, more volume. I like that. Yeah, I like that. Let's do this. Oh yeah, that looks way more like, hey, yes, we mine rocks here in this place. You know? We've got two mines. Do I connect them to here? Or do I connect them here? Let's bring it through here. And let's see how it looks. Yeah, I'm really digging that. Yeah, and that leads to that mine. And it shows the players very obviously where the mines are. I like that. We could try connecting through here, but I don't want to disturb this. I kind of like this. So let's go around our town down here. There we go. That makes that stand out really nicely. I like that. I like that a lot. I think that really changed the entire depth of it all. We'll let's soften this up, and let's kind of bring it a little bit here. Definitely want to soften that up. And let's just kind of bring it out a little bit. Because cobblestone wouldn't have been, you know, perfectly circular, so to speak. So let's just kind of bring it out here. I definitely like how the cobble turned out there. I think I'm gonna grab a little bit of dirt here, and I'm gonna path this a simple, looks Looks a well-established industrial town, not something just starting. Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's what we're wanting. Obviously, if we wanted to get super realistic, right? A town, a proper town, would be, 2,000 some odd people, right? I mean, minimum. Like a village is 500 plus, and that's a small village. And I get that, but our players are also going to understand. I need to soften that up. Our players are going to understand that, okay, hey, this is kind of what it's looking like. This is the intent here. It doesn't have to exactly be a perfect science of, oh yes, we need 700 buildings. Like they get it. But we want to take every opportunity to make it as real as possible for them. All right. Grab a little bit more dirt. I'm just going back and forth, back and forth. There we go. It looks natural now. Alright. And I was considering, but I don't want to put the whole farm infrastructure up here. I was considering doing some kind of farm in the north. But the reason I didn't necessarily want to do it is because in Port Lions here, we did some farms around Port Lions, and it looked alright. That didn't look too bad. But I didn't want to just put farms just everywhere. You know what I mean? Like, I think the players can kind of understand. Okay, hey, there's farms out there in the wild blue yonder. I didn't want to do that for every single zoomed in map. I want to just be able to focus on, what this place happens to be. Maybe if I can't find something, then maybe. But I might just bespeckle it with some trees and call it a day on that one. I don't want it to be too busy. Let's get ourselves a big old banner. Where do we want to banner this thing at? Maybe here. Let's get the title on there, and then we'll go from there. So this is Winsdale, right? Yep, Winsdale. What a name. Winsdale. Alright. Alright, how big can we make you without? Alright. There we go. And I think that's where we're going to look better over here in the mountains. So let's grab you, move you. I think it's this. Yes, it is. Grab. Oh, wow. Come to the front, please. Thank you much. What about here? No, I don't like that. I don't think I like any of it. I don't want it to just be like tacked onto the side. I like to incorporate it into the town. So maybe here. I hate that I can't move them together. Alright. Maybe right there. Let's see how that looks. Terrible. Okay. So definitely gonna probably put it below the town here. Got to keep moving the banner around to and fro. I think that looks a lot better. I think that's what we're gonna go with. That'll be that location. Where's my music? Video paused. No. Alright. Okay. So let's see here. Let's go through our stuff and see if we can find anything that'll add a little bit of flavor. Boats? No, I don't think boats are going to be a good fit for this one. Ow. I'm going to get some more juice here in a little bit. I wish I had, like, I think I do actually have crystals. The problem is like, I don't want to put something in the player's path where they're going to be like, oh, shiny, and then it's like, oh, we must go there. There must be, he wouldn't put this here for no reason. And it's like, oh, no, I just thought it looked neat, and now I'm just an asshole, So. Alright. I may remove those rocks. We'll see. I kind of like them. Makes it look like there's, you know, rocks being moved out and all that. We'll reassess that in a little bit. But I think that's gonna be right. Because yeah, if we start putting crystals and stuff out here, players are gonna be like, oh, that's a clue. That's a sign. We have to go over there because shiny rock. We must go and interact with the shiny rock. But we definitely don't want that. But what can we do with this area to kind of? I mean, we can always add more trees. That's always an option. What's the scale right now? 104%. Okay. We'll do that and just kind of. Let me know when that gets annoying. Should be pretty quick. I want to actually make an ornate tree pattern coming into town here. Like, welcome to Winsdale. There we go. And goodbye from Winsdale. Oopsie. Slap my microphone. Sorry if that was loud for you. Do I like the look of that? No, I don't. I think it looks very out of place. We'll have a couple of them, but there, looks a little more natural. The one coming into town's not so bad, I don't mind that so much, but the one going out looked very unnatural. Alright, so in my head I feel like something should be added, but I just can't think of what. Do we want hills? Do we want any of those? Maybe some hills off in the distance? No, this is a flat area. Hills wouldn't really make sense out here, would they? I mean, I say this is a flat area. Mountains. I mean, the valley below. Why no sleep? Well, I just got, about a month and a half coming on now. About a month or so ago, I got home from Afghanistan. And out there, I was on a 6 p.m. to midnight sort of. We were 24/7, always ready all the time, but we had our sort of like shift where, think of it like guard duty, except we were an artillery battery. So it was like, if we get a fire mission, we have to have somebody that's like on, and like your hot crew ready to go immediately, and then the cold crew that's asleep or just off duty, quote unquote, would be getting ready as quick as they can, and we're talking minutes here. But if we had a troops in contact call come over the radio, we had to be able to put artillery down range within a couple of minutes at most. And so you would have those guys that were ready right then and there. They could go right now while the rest of the guys, got their boots on. And so my hot time was from 6 to midnight, and this is 7 days a week. And so my body is just used to being up right now, I guess. I just haven't shaken that because it's different, other side of the world. That was a midnight, or like what, 4:30 a.m. is where I'm at now. I don't know the time conversions anymore, but like when I was awake at night, my family and friends were awake during the day, and I just kind of, my body's internal clock says, all right, nighttime is uptime, wakey. And so it's just been tough shaking that. And so I've been playing D&D lately and working on my book, and my books, I guess. And I'll be off of leave on the 18th. I've got 6 more days of leave, and then that's a wrap. Go back into it. So Do we want clouds? Clouds are so permanent. If I had a cloud, it's there forever, as far as the map's concerned. We could though. We could add some clouds over the... Cloud, you fool. Push the front. It's a pretty big fucking cloud. This song from Zelda would normally play during a emotional scene, usually involving the kids, honestly, from Twilight Princess. Just really just depended, you know, when you had a really emotional moment though with an NPC, this song would play. I remember Kakariko Village when you rescued the kids. They're all really happy when this plays. Dang, thought you'd been back longer. I know those vibes on the body. Yeah. I mean, I've been back since November. Yeah. So, actually, yeah, exactly a month and some change. And, you know, it's just getting used to being home. I've struggled. Not just with like sleep schedule, but just, I don't know. I don't want to be that person that's like, I left a little bit over there. It's a very cliche thing to say, but in a way I did. Little piece of me is still back there. I don't know. I never thought that I would miss Afghanistan. Nothing, none of my friends died, and I didn't get blown up or anything like that. We killed people and we made a difference, but nothing tragic happened to me. We had mortars and rockets fired at us. We had people shoot at us. We had stuff happen, but nothing where it was like, curl up in a ball, shaking kind of stuff. But I don't think that's what really bothered me. I think it was just more of, I got up every day with something to do, and here lately, it's not really been the case. I'm just kind of here, just kind of exist. And I understand that's because I'm on leave. Look at this statue. I'm supposed to have nothing to do. But it just feels weird. Feels very strange. Very sad. Didn't mean to bring the mood down. Just having a tough time. Coming back from 110%, I'll go to nothing is the weirdest, the most mind-screwiest thing ever. You're not alone. Yeah. I appreciate it. Yeah, it really is. It's definitely something else. It's not easy. Not easy getting used to, that's for sure. And I don't have any kind of like stress, you know what I mean? Like, it's not what people deal with, like the PTSD and all that. It's nothing like that. It's more of just a lack of purpose, I guess. Or I had something to do and now I don't, and it's just like my mind's like, well, fuck. And you know, it is what it is, I guess. But, you know, without realizing it, we just kind of made this little town, didn't we? I think it's done. I think we finished. We had a little garden for this guy. Made the trees look a lot better. I think that was part of the problem, is the trees weren't pronounced enough. Displacement is what they call it, huh? And I'm definitely displaced. But, you know, I don't know. Maybe one day. I want to leave the military eventually and just be an author full time. And I'm working with my editor right now to get our first book out. It's funny because it's actually it's a cult hit. It's popular as like an indie book. If you Google No One's Hero, basically exactly like this. I'm not going to send it yet. I'm going to wait for the delay and then I'll send it, so that way it's, you know, you don't have like some random thing popping up 10 minutes in the past. Okay, I was watching it on my own stream, but if you Google that, it's actually the #1 response, or the top thing. I think there's like a video that, depending on how Google does things, it may put the videos out first. I don't know, but it's should come up on Web Novel and Royal Road. Would not recommend reading it. I don't know if you're into reading, if that's your thing, but I'll tell you this: would not recommend reading it. And I say that because when I started writing that was when I got to Afghanistan, and I learned a lot. Not that the story's bad or anything like that. I stand by the story, but I learned a lot about just how I wanted to write. And when me and my editor sat down and we started rewriting this book, the final draft that we're going to submit for publishing has a lot more content, has a lot more fixes on grammar, and I don't mean like commas and apostrophes and spelling. I'm talking about like sentence structure and passive voice and active voice and things like that. Past tense, present tense, and so on and so forth. And so I have that web novel, and it's nice, and it's great, and I've made a little bit of money off of it, but I don't really send people to it anymore. It's more like, hey, this is sort of something I did when I was learning, but now I'm a different writer, and I wouldn't want someone to read that and think that that's what I'm trying to publish. It's not. I guess it was practice. So yeah, it's just nice to see that, like, it's up there on the charts, I guess, as far as like indie stuff goes. And so I wanna be able to write for a living. You know, I want to be able to be an author, and that's what I do. But the question is, you know, is it going to be any good? Is anybody going to want to read that? So, you know, we'll see how it goes. I don't know what else to do with this little town here. I think we're done. I think we're good. I think we can stop and we can start working on actual stuff in Roll20. Looks pretty good to me. So, I think we'll download it. And we'll come up here. We'll add a new page. We'll plop her down. Loading. Individual results may vary. Alright. First of all, let's get rid of these. I don't like the white background. I prefer, even though it's going to be all covered up, I prefer black. Mucho bettero. There we go. And we need to shave off how many grids? 1 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1 width, 7 height. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright. Not too shabby, not too shabby. And let's send you to the map layer. Get rid of these grids. There we go. Looks pretty good. And then what I would do is I would actually add more grids down here below. And if I wanted to create interiors for, say, like the church or the tavern, we always create interiors for the tavern because, come on, like, why would you not? And just like if I did create a cave interior for the players or whatever, then we would come down here and we would build it below all this. But yeah, I think that cobblestone really pulled it together. I'm glad we did that. That was a good call. That was a good plan. But yeah. So man, got a decent amount done on this stream. Okay, I will need to be notified of like when your signed copies will be coming out. Oh, thanks. I appreciate that. I mean, I hope I can notify you of that. What we have to do is we'll be done editing here in December. Oh, hey Zook, we just finished up this map, and we were talking about the military, and we were talking about me wanting to be an author, and Seraphim was giving me a little bit of encouragement. We're to finish the train of thought I had. Me and my editor are trying to finish by the end of Christmas, and then in January we're going to submit a query to a couple of agents, and then if they accept it and do a read request and they like it, then they can represent the book, and if it goes well, then a publishing agent will get the distributing rights and start distributing it. Then that all depends on just whether or not it sucks. You know what I mean? I have a cult following, so it's what Seraphim was looking up just a little bit ago. But just because some people like it doesn't mean that a lot will. So we'll kind of see how that goes. But yeah. So now we have our Winsdale mining town here in Agadale. They're going to be coming out pretty soon with page sorting on Roll20, which I'm super excited about because, as you can see, it's just a big friggin' line. So pretty soon I'll be able to have like Agadale, and then all of Agadale's sub-maps will be in a folder with it. But this is part 2 of the campaign they're in, so they haven't even gotten here yet. So I have to create. Probably won't make a sub map for Agadale. What I'll probably do is use like a big picture, because I mean this is a city. This is a big city. Like whatever I make it incarnate will either not represent it properly or just be just too mountainous of a task. And I think the players prefer to just have a picture. But we need to do something for Agadale, something for Fort Cragsland, something for the Temple of St. Alabat, Bixby Village, Havertzville Ruin, and a couple of scenes for the Wildling Domain. There's a war going on here, and the players don't really know the specifics. All they know is that there's a war, and I'm Not gonna spoil it here, just in case they happen to watch it, or in case you happen to be watching my Death of a Hero series. But when they come in here and they kind of get involved in it, there's a lot going on, and it's more than meets the eye per se. It's not just as simple as good versus bad. I've also got to make the gods wood, so I've got my work cut out for me. But thankfully, here on Eurolon, they're still at Lake Lyra. They've yet to even be able to move north into Ravine Wood and Charred Wood and the Spire. So I should still have plenty of time to work with on that one. And then my paid group, they have just arrived in Refuge. So they just got the campaign started. They've still got to go to Crescent Vale and do all kinds of other mess. So I've got a lot of time. To get Agadel prepared for them. So we'll see how that goes. You know, fingers crossed that they enjoy it. But yeah, I think we've accomplished our goal for the night. Let me name this Windsdale. There we are. Let's go grab our player tokens, and I'm gonna hope that all of these players are still playing and alive when they get here. So we'll grab them, and we'll just go ahead and plop them down here in Windsdale. There we go. Now they're here. You know, Zuko never asked, how are you doing, by the way? I was thinking about you before Seraphim showed up, because I know you were here with me last time we did this. And you know, I know we don't have a lot of followers here on account of my content being exclusively D&D. But the people that do subscribe are really nice. And I'd rather have 10 or 11 people that are nice and are interested in what I'm doing than actually, you know what, I take that back. I'd rather have 100,000 people that I can make money off of. That's a complete lie. You know what? I take it all back. Give me money. Oh man, I'm kidding, but I was watching some D&D channels the other day, and they had you know, some 100,000 plus subscribers or more, and I was like, man, dude, and they were just, you know, normal channels, not like Critical Role or the big like celebrity channels. They were just normal people doing normal stuff, and I was like, man, that's awesome. I'm super happy for them, but I was like, man, that sucks, you know, because it's like, I don't know what you have to do to stand out as a channel that's like, what do you make? I make little 2D maps with some colors, and it's like Photoshop but for stupid people, and then we play pretend for 4.5 hours. Oh, okay. Unsubscribe. You know, so I don't really know how to put that out there. So, oh man, I think that might be. I think that might be all we're doing. I think that might be a wrap. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it. My first party that came through. Actually, you know what? Let me do this. Let's go to the other group. Swing over to them. All right, this music. I know what it's from. I get it. Like, it's from the Foreign Woods, when you are going after, from Zelda, Twilight Princess, when you're going after the little bagpipe dancing guy. I forget. He's kind of made me think of Skull Kid when I first saw him. But when you're chasing after him, but it's still creepy, so we're gonna skip ahead. There we go. I find it hard to find D&D channels I like. This one is enjoyable to me, but I guess I just don't like generic D&D channels because it always feels like I'm watching the same stuff over and over. Yeah, honestly, the D&D channels that I like personally are the ones that are either have like a really good group of people that are playing, which is rare, or ones that are really informative, like Runesmith. He's oh, let's turn this off. He's he's really good at just like teaching, you know. That's his big shtick. And as for our groups, I run a paid group and I run a free group, and the groups that I have, I don't know. I don't want to compare to anybody. I happen to like us. I think we're a fun bunch. But this is my second group, and they have just come through the opening scene here. Which, if you're unfamiliar, basically there's the way the players see it is actually, for reference, it looks like this to them. So you have the unexplored areas in black that they haven't gone to, the explored areas, and then the lit areas are where there's light. So like the little pictures, I put some light down so it would just look nice. Just thought it was very thematic. But then you can see what they see, and they had fought these guys on a bridge, these markers, these pictures rather, on this bridge, and they destroyed the bridge. Unlike the first group just had a fight, like a proper fight, where they knocked some of the enemies off into the water and what have you. These guys just completely obliterated the bridge and abducted one of the characters and killed the other two, and it was totally different from my first group. My first group is being more of a casual group, kind of like how I am, just a casual person, and these guys are hardcore D&D players, so I was a little nervous GMing for them, but it's going to be having fun. I'll have the video of their first session out pretty soon, and yeah, we'll see how they go. Their second session will be this Saturday. I don't think I have enough subscribers to like want to live stream it. I think if I was just playing, maybe, but not running it, and I wouldn't be able to interact with the stream if I did that. One of the things that I can't really get with when I'm playing in a game as a neutral evil tiefling necromancer, and it's funny because he's actually a nice guy, and the problem is that I'm in two games: Journey to Velstair, which is being run by my friend Josh, and it's good. It's a lot of fun. The Into the Dread one I'm also in, and I don't think I'm going to upload videos of it because it is one of those generic, kind of what you mentioned, where it's just, you know, it's obvious that the GM, he's a nice guy, he's a really nice guy, but it's obvious he's just kind of, alright, this week we're going to have this, and it's just kind of just some random unconnected shit, basically. And I don't feel like I'm really playing through anything interesting. I'm just sort of there. Whereas I know with the Journey to Velstair, which I'll pull up now, it has personality to it. I don't know how else to describe it. And he's a very new GM. This is his first time ever doing this. But we've just got fun characters, and we're just having fun. Whereas on the other one, it feels more like, I don't know, it's hard to describe, I guess, but you probably know what I'm getting at. But yeah, I think that's all I got for tonight. I think I need to get some sleep. I've been playing a lot of Sea of Thieves lately, and I wanted to stream it, but laptop not so good for it. So. Hey guys, thank you for watching the stream. I really appreciate it. And I really just started doing it because I knew that it would record it and upload it to my channel, but it was nice to have Seraphim to talk to, and then Yuzuk there at the end. That was an hour and a half that I was planning on just kind of sitting here by myself. So I appreciate it, guys. I really do.